Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet. So I presume when Alpha was invented, the idea was to make a course that dealt with the first principles of Christianity.
Alpha is learning about who Jesus Christ is and learning about what the Bible says.
Alpha is a great opportunity to come along to the church for a 10-week course and have some great food, meet some great new people in the community and explore some of the questions of life in a really safe, non-pressure environment.
I did Alpha because I had so many questions.
I was at a point in my life where I was certain that I wanted to go back to church, and Alpha just provided a real opportunity for me to explore some of the foundations of my faith.
I've been searching low and high.
Yeah, I had a lot of fears in doing Alpha.
I can remember, particularly the first few Thursdays at about 7 o'clock, being a bit nervous about going to church and walking into a room with lots of people that I didn't know. But I'd have to say, as soon as I got in there, I was always very warmly welcomed, and once I sat down, I was always really glad I came.
I'd always balked at the graphics every time I see them in any street corner.
The social here. I didn't know anyone at church, so walking into the room was like walking into a bunch of strangers.
I was worried I was going to get conditioned and some kind of weird subterfuge was going to go on and forced into some weird clique. In a sense, I didn't really have any expectations of Alpha. I was sort of really enjoying it and also quite scared. What I was surprised about was the freedom of conversation. They could just really kind of say what you want and ask any question you wanted. And in fact, in a perverse kind of way, I sort of asked the most radical questions I could think of in every situation, really.
I guess what I wasn't expecting was to make such great friends and to sort of embed myself in our church as much as I have. And certainly a year on from having done Alpha, I can't imagine my life without those people in it or not being part of the church now.
It exceeded my expectations. It was just really good to get to know everyone. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be socially. We get to know everyone so well, and because of that, it was easier to ask any of the questions that I had. I asked some really stupid questions, so I needed that. You have like support.
I won't get what I'm after.
Changed the way I think about things, changed the way that I live my life.
If I'm ever struggling with tough stuff, sort of day to day as you go through life, I often think back to some of the sort of key principles and key foundations that we covered on the Alpha course. I would recommend Alpha to anyone and everyone.
I'd recommend it to people who want to find out about Christianity and want to find out who Jesus really was and is.
Alpha is good for everyone. It's good for non-believers and it's good for believers. Just if you have questions, it's just good to go. If you just want to meet people, if you just came to church and you're new, it's amazing. So I would recommend it for everyone.
I won't get what I'm after till the day I